Hey guys, Buffman Gaming here, bringing back another video, and today I want to go through the final list of weapons and the release of Call of Duty Modern Warfare now that we have our hands on the game finally. So what I did here is go into a local game setting where you can actually play with all the guns and unlock all the attachments already unlocked for you to play around with. So what I did is I just attached them on the SCAR here, for example. But let's go through all the weapons that are in this version of the game, and then we'll talk a little bit about weapon conversions right now. And then once we get leveled up and we have more unlocks and play around with it more, we'll go over blueprints and how to make your own weapons. So let's get right into it here. Starting out with the assault rifles. So we start with the Kilo 141, the FAL, M4A1, the FAMAS or the FR 5.56, the Odin, M13, FN SCAR 17. So they changed the name a little bit of this one for the beta. I know it was named something pretty funky that I haven't seen before, but now they changed it so it is actually the MK17 version of the SCAR, which is good. So it's a SCAR Heavy 7.62 millimeter. Then you have the AK-47 would be the final weapon for the assault rifle class. So moving into SMGs, we have the AUG, the P90, the MP5, the Uzi, the PP19 Bison, and the MP7. Next up for shotguns, we have the Model 680, the R90 shotgun, 725, and then the Origin 12 shotgun, which this thing's just a beast. Semi-automatic shotgun, very powerful, definitely the best shotgun in the game, I think. Then moving over to light machine guns, so we have the PKM. It's a Russian machine gun, 7.62 millimeter. We have the SA-87 or the L-86 is what it was formerly called in the beta and the alpha versions, but now they changed the name, but it is the L-86. Then we have the M91, which is based off of the MG4 German machine gun. And again, this the L-86 is a British machine gun variant of the L-85A2, so this is the L-86A2 essentially is what it is. Then the M91 is a German MG4, or the MG5 actually, I believe it is. And then we have the MG34. So this is a World War II weapon. And you can see it's 7.92 Mauser ammunition. So this was a German World War II machine gun used by the German army. And then in the single player, you'll see where this ties into the storyline. But I won't give away any spoilers now. Then going over to marksman rifles, we have the M14 or the EBR-14 semi-automatic. The MK2 carbine, and then the Kar-98K. So the Kar-98K, another one of those German World War II weapons that ties into the campaign pretty nicely. So you got to play through that. I do have the playthrough up on the channel if you want to check that out. Moving over to sniper rifles, we have the Russian Dragunov 7.62 millimeter sniper rifle. The HDR, this is a 12.7 times 108 millimeter ammunition. And then we have the AX50, which we've seen before as well. And then for melee, we have the Riot Shield, which is actually pretty useful. You get it a little bit in the campaign and in one of your custom classes to begin the game before you unlock Create a Class. But jumping back over here, if we look at the SCAR, so what I did is I attached some attachments to this, just playing around. So if we go into Gunsmith here, preview the weapon, so you can put all the attachments in the weapons on the local game setting. So the SCAR looks beautiful. 7.62 millimeter NATO rounds. It starts out with a 20 round mag. This is one you can bump up to a 30 round mag. But very pretty weapon. And then as far as conversion kits go, one thing I was curious about, because in this single player, if you play through it, and if you see some of the videos I covered for the weapon leaks, there's an AK-12, which was leaked in the beta files for the PC version that was data mined. And then in the single-player campaign, you can actually pick up and play with an AK-12. But there's no AK-12 in the game. So one thing you would need to do, it looked like just by playing with it in the game and inspecting the weapon, that it is an AK-47 just with a conversion kit on it. So the barrel itself would be the Spetsnaz Elite barrel. Then for stock, the AK-12, if you look at the model of the AK-12, it's a modern variant of an AK-47, essentially based off of the AK-400 series. So either of these modern stocks would work for an AK-12. And then really from there, it's preference. But the ammunition is key because the AK-12 fires a 4.5 times 39 millimeter rounds. So you need to switch to those mags. That's conversion kit to that. And then basically whatever optics you would want. So again, these are all unlocked, which is pretty neat. And then you could do something like an underbarrel here. And so that's essentially how you would make an AK-12. Not quite an AK-12. I'm sure they'll come out with different skins and blueprints we'll be able to unlock. I know there's going to be other features to change cosmetics of different attachments. But this is basically how you turn an AK-47 into an AK-12. And then if you wanted to turn it into an AK-74U, you would play around with the, let's see here, this one here. So you would want an 8.1 compact barrel, right? So you would switch over to this, and basically then we can play with our stock here and do probably the skeleton stock is what we want for the AK-74U. And there you go, AKS-74U. And then we obviously have 5.45 rounds on this, so we could swap the ammunition to a drum or back to 7.62, do a 40-round mag for that. And then if you wanted to create an RPD out of this, do the 23, so the RPK barrel, so it has the barrel already for it. And then we can switch over to a 75-round drum mag. And if we wanted to be persistent, even though it already has so that would essentially, the bipod would unfold the collapsible bipod there. I think we'll do something like this. Oops, let's reselect that. And then from there, again, it's just preference. So whatever stock you wanted, could do a LMG stock to be consistent with the RPK, and there's our machine gun. So we just created 3 weapons out of the AK-47. So we created the AK-12 assault rifle, and then the AK-74U, and now the RPK. So the AK-47 creates 4 guns, actually, for right now. So there's your RPK in the game, and then another thing you can do is rename your classes. So if I had the AK-12 or this RPK, I could go back to my class setting here and hit triangle or whatever it would be on your console, and I could rename it to RPK if I wanted to do that. RPK. Then you can also copy and replace and set as favorites. So there's our RPK, right? Some other loadouts you can do. So the SCAR, again, you can make this into the SMG variant if you wanted to. The same thing, just would custom the barrel, make it a short barrel here. And then the stock, you could do whichever one you preferred. So we can do this. And then optics, whatever you like. We'll throw a suppressor on this thing. And then so there you go. And that's your SCAR H submachine gun variant. Another thing I wanted to look at here is so we covered the L86, right, for the machine guns. If we go over to LMGs, so here's the L86. Even though it's called the SA87 just for naming purposes. But if we go to we can actually make this in the assault rifle variant. So this is the L86A2. We can make it into the L85A2. And by doing that, we do the same thing, do a conversion kit with the barrel. So we do the 12.4 factory versus the standard 18.2. So we'd swap over to this. Could throw a grip on there. And then let's see what our stocks are. You can customize your stock again. Optic. And there is our L86A2. So you can actually kind of make this in the 12.4 is more so of a that's probably more consistent with the assault rifle barrel length. So there's the L86A2 assault rifles, turning that into an AR. And then for other guns with conversion kits, you can do the AUG as well, turn this into the assault rifle. So the same thing here, we would do whichever barrel we wanted here. We do the long barrel, stock. We'll do a heavy stock. And then basically this is your assault rifle variant of this. And then what we want to do also for the AR, we want to up the rounds. So currently, let's do the 5.56 NATO versus the 9mm. So we'll to the 5.56. So there you go. That's essentially your typical Steyr AUG assault rifle. And you can customize this again however you wanted. But that's just editing the barrel length and the ammunition. So now you have a new weapon out of this. Name it however you wanted. But I think that's really it. Again, for all these assault rifles, you can create them into SMGs. So you could do the M13 Kilo, the M4, just reduce the barrel length, and you essentially have an SMG variant. The Odin, you could do similar things. So customization is awesome in this game. But these are the final weapons in the game. If we look at pistols quick, though, handguns again. So the X16 is based off of the Glock 21, I believe. So it's 45 ACP ammunition. The 1911, 357 Magnum, and then the M19. And then also the 50 caliber. So this is the Deagle that we saw in the beta as well. Launchers, the Pilla, Strela P, the Joker, and then the RPG-7. So the Pilla is actually a beast. If you want to get the Pilla and the Strela P, great for taking out infantry, believe it or not. And then melee, you have the combat knife for right now. And then lethals, I think we've seen it pretty much everything, but we'll cover that some other time. But basically, these are all the weapons of the game, guys. Let me know what you think below. What is your favorite weapon in the game so far? Have you played around a local and played with any of the weapons yet or no? And if so, if you have, what's your favorite so far? I can't wait to get some of these in multiplayer and see how they perform, because there's one thing playing with them against bots, but to see how they would perform in multiplayer, like the Scar, I'm really excited to use because it feels great when you use it against the bots and the local game matches. But let me know your thoughts below. Hope you guys liked the video, and until next time, Buffner Gaming out.